Good afternoon and welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt Reveal E112, a 1963D Loomis Armored Car Service Roll. How's everybody doing this afternoon? I see Frostbite in the chat. The coin you see under the scope is a 1963D RPM 17. That's the giveaway. It's a D over D south. You can see it right under the bottom right there. We'll draw a chip for that and we will get things going here pretty quick. Throw that back into the coin 32. Hey, Sissy. Good to see ya. Hope all is going well today. Oh, this one's tough to open. Starting to put rolls together for next week. Looks like I am going to be doing a 39S roll. And a 50D roll for sure. Plus I'm going to try to pick a couple other good ones out. Ooh, you finding anything good, Sissy? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, let's get things started here. A couple of minor RPMs. All right, cool. I think I got about 10 to add to the site again. We're going to be at 300 before you know it, which is crazy. I figure, though, if you start listing all the minor ones, there's going to be well over 300. See what we got to start with. I'm relatively certain we're going to find stuff in this roll. And if we don't, I'll give you the stuff out of the sister roll. I just happened to look through one of these rolls a couple days ago. Ended up picking up a bunch of rolls today. Some really nice stuff. Coin number 2 goes to Deanne. How's everybody's weekend going so far? I know Sissy's probably driving. Well, passenging way. The hubby drives. Ooh, I think it's like 88 here. It's pretty warm. Coin number 3 goes to Frostbite. Oh, look at that. Look at that with the glass real quick. See if that's damage or... Well, that was caused by the rolling machine or something. Counter. It's hard to say. It's not really sharp though. Let's see if we see another one in here. It's damaged. Yeah, I agree. Boy, driving at night, I don't know how you can do it. I could do it when I was young. But man, it gets dark now. My body instantly says it's time to sleep. Coin number 4 goes to Doug. All right, here we go. What do we have? Let's see if I can get this light. I had that light set where I could really see good too. Let's see if we can identify this one. This is the one that I did see in the other roll that I went through, so that'll be nice. Get the cheat sheet up, which was, of course, is coppercoins.com. Let's see what we got here. This might be a different one. I have to check. One's different than that one. Oh yeah. Hey, Coin Junkie, how you doing? All right, let's see if that's it. Trying to get one of the examples I got of the other one out. I can't find them now. Something tells me that oh, that's it. All right, let me look for it. Start from the beginning. For some reason I thought it was 11. It's not 11. Let's try this one. Not that one. Not that one. There it is right there. It is 1963 1mm 20. We'll back this out a little bit and look for some markers. Double check that. There's the streaks there, the scratches. don't see that one. Got those die scratches. No die scratches there. So it looks like it could be a different die state. Has that. Has that. And it has that. So it has all the markers except for one. So we have a copy of 1MM20. I'll write that down. That'll help me. So the first RPM for the roll goes to Doug. Back to my stream page. Next coin is for Mickey. Let's see if I can get this lighting fixed without too much hassle. Oh, that might have worked good. Got a 55S roll coming up tonight. Well, probably pretty much right after this roll. I'm kind of excited to get into that roll. Could have some interesting stuff in that. And normal coin for Mickey. I got a good question in an email from Carl. He asked what I do with my coins after I search them. And the answer is, it's a good answer, is it depends. If they're gems, I put them back in the roll. If they are not gems, like if they're like these coins, I throw them in a copper bag. I didn't used to. I used to just take those back to the bank. And if they're zinc, I usually, unless they're super gems, I take them back to the bank. But it was just a good question because, you know, they're hard to keep track of. If you just start putting them back in the rolls and just putting the rolls back in the same boxes, you do have to segregate all that stuff. I've got to go back a little bit. Wow, that's bright now. Might have to turn the light down. But I thought that was a good question, and I thought I would share that. Now, if it's a valuable coin, I do usually keep it, and I just mark the tube that I've searched it. That way I know. Yeah, I was looking at that. That's kind of what I was looking at, and I just ran through to see if there was any like in the 61s or 62s or 61s or 60s that have like the little tail hanging off the bottom. Next coin is for Taco John. But I just thought I'd share that with you guys so you know what I actually do with them. I do have about, I got about 5 $50 penny bags that got about 6,000 searched copper coins in them. And I've probably got a couple hundred rolls, which I consider real good, high quality rolls. So I save those within the roll. But besides that, most of the time I just separate it by copper. Hey, Farm Dog, next coin is for Jordan. We have got RPMs Well, RPM so far. I got a chance to talk to Chuck today. Seems like he is doing a little bit better. He's still struggling to talk. I did get the rolls that he had to do reveals on in the mail. So I will be starting to do those within the next couple days. Maybe even I might even do one tomorrow morning. Here is another one. Oh, let's see if I can get this in and show you guys. You can see it right on the top and lower serif. When I get the light down there real good. This is 1mm 20. My taxes didn't go up too much. The issue that I'm having is my homeowner's insurance more than doubled in price in 1 year. It went from in 2 years, it's went up almost 1,000%. 2 years ago, I was paying about $450 a year. Last year, I paid $1,160, and this year it's $2,675. My taxes have stayed pretty. I mean, they go up every year, but it's stayed the same. Hey, Deanne. Wow, and a lot of that, I think if that's like the lot charge, Petraeus, I think a lot of that has to do with the insurance costs, especially in a trailer park. So our second copy of 1mm20. But yeah, my insurance costs have went through the roof. And I guess it's not just here. Anywhere, Texas, Louisiana. Yeah, well, you know, that's what happens when your price or value of your house doubles in 1 year. Since COVID started to now, my house has almost tripled in value. You know, I don't want to sell it, but the taxes go up when the value goes up. Coin number 11 goes to Sissy. But yeah, the insurance is just crazy. And then when you do have a problem, they don't cover anything. They fight with you and say that everything you're saying is that you're trying to scam them. Your taxes almost doubled. Yeah, mine didn't, fortunately. But I think mine were high to start with. I've only lived here 10 years. So I think mine were already pretty high. Here's another 1mm 20. So this roll's better than the roll I searched through as far as RPMs go, because I think I only found 3 in the roll I searched. Did your insurance go up much, Sissy? I mean, I know there's some people around my neighborhood that said their insurance went up to $5,000 a year. Well, that, like when Irma came, that's kind of what I did. I did all the repairs. I didn't even make a claim. But there was just such a immense amount of damage to the house after this storm. See, mine's the opposite. My taxes didn't go up much, but my insurance it's crazy. And then when I call them and I say, how come it went up? They go, well, you made a claim. I says, you didn't pay me a dime. So I didn't make a claim. They are starting to talk to me now. So hopefully that becomes fruitful. Yeah, that's what happened. And see, you've had your house probably a while. And when I bought my house, it's under some federal tax deal that they can only raise it so much every year. Right? Yeah, I hear you, Petraeus. It's at least they say that El Nino is moving in, and so that means less weaker storms usually, as far as hurricanes go. So I hope they're right, but it only takes one. I can remember them saying with Irma that it was a once in a lifetime storm, and chances of you getting hit again are slim, and then all of a sudden we get hit by what they call a once in a 1,000-year storm. Yeah, huh. Gotta hope mine don't go up. I just got my tax statement too, and it wasn't that bad. I think it only went up maybe $50. If it goes up much more, gonna have to. I mean, I know that it's still half of what my taxes were in Michigan. And the house I had in Michigan was literally not worth anything compared to this. That I do know, Sissy. All the trailer parks around here that used to be able to buy a new trailer for like $69K, and they're all now from 185. Here's a 1mm20. So our fourth example. That's for Doug. I think Doug got one of the other ones. In fact, I think Doug got the first one. Right? Coin number 19 goes to Frostbite. I agree with that. And it's crazy. In 2008, you could buy a nice house for $100,000 that's worth $500,000 now. Coin number 20 goes to Mickey. Seen this die pair a lot in this roll. Coin 21 goes to Carl. Yeah, heck, the one house next to me was a rental. They've sold it since. But when we moved here, I want to say they were renting it for like $12.75 a month. And the last time they rented it, they sold it last year. So the year before last, they rented it for $2,500 a month. And I thought to myself, man, if you can afford to pay that much, why don't you just buy a house? You can get a heck of a house for $2,500 a month. There's a 1mm020. Yeah, 020. Fifth example. So So this roll is a lot better than the other roll. So far, anyways. Coin 23 goes to Jordan. And that was one thing I never liked. We had a couple houses. We had 3 houses all together when I first moved here. I couldn't wait to get rid of them. Especially when the people know you live out of state. It's just like a free-for-all. And you go back there when they move out, and it's like, how could you possibly do this much damage to a house? Coin 25 goes to Parvis. Yeah, I've got a 60D roll I'm going to go through myself tonight, sissy. I got 2 tubed rolls, a small date and a large date when I got that box of rolls today. Looks like whoever saved these rolls saved them because they were pretty nice rolls. Nope. I'm not sure, Patrice. You have to email Chuck. The best way to do it is to send him a picture and see what he says. But it's a possibility for sure. Hey Doug, how you doing? Well, I think you've got 2 RPMs, Doug. Pretty sure. Next coin is for Crispy. And about 20 minutes after I'm done with this roll, I will be doing the 55S roll. Coin 28 goes to Paul Hampton. This die pair and another one that has a nice die scratch off the Y are like the 2 that are most of the coins in this roll are from them. Coin 29 goes to Jim Fletcher. I have to fix my lighting again. I had it almost perfect for when we started, but had to move it around to show you guys that RPM. Coin 30 goes to Farm Dog. I think I'm going to start working on putting a computer together too. This computer's starting to get dated. Got any computer experts out there? Coin 31 goes to Deanne. I'm just wondering whether I should get an AMD or an Intel. They're both basically the same price now, and I know that AMD in the last few years has come up to where they had like a slight advantage, but somebody says that Intel's actually gotten better again. Just wondering if there is an advantage to having one or the other and why. Yeah, this one's an AMD. The one before this was AMD, but then the 2 or 3 before that were. There we go, another 1mm20. This is the RPM, Doug. That's when I got a Ryzen 5 now. I'm thinking about putting a Ryzen 9 together with the DDR5, and that way I can stream this one every once in a while. It starts chugging from the stream. And I see that the SSD drives now must be a lot more stable than they were, because they're giving 5 and 10-year warranties on them now, even for read-write errors. So I know that before they used to say about every 2 years you had to replace them because they didn't like the read-write. So that's what I actually have in the cart, is a Ryzen 9 7900X. Next coin is for Carl. And then I'm thinking about putting 3060 Ti graphics in it. I'm thinking this week, is there any interest in a 2017 roll? I got a bunch of 2017 rolls today, and I've actually never searched a 2017 roll before. I didn't even look to see if there's much listed. Which one is it? I just put it variety. There it is. Yeah. I mean, I've heard that in. I would, the comparison from what I saw basically rated. I mean, the i9 and the Ryzen 9, it basically gave them, the difference was very minimal, and it still gave the Ryzen the edge, but it was only like not even enough to actually say it was an edge. It was almost tied. But my Ryzen 5, I think it's 4 or 5 years old now. It's only a Gen 2. And I know they're up to Gen 7 now. So they've come out with a lot of stuff since then. Yeah, that was the one thing. They used to always come with heat sinks and everything. And now you got the heat sink was half the price of the processor. I think the heat sink I ordered was $199. And I'm not a big guy I'm not a big one for water cooled. I had water cooled years ago, and it was nothing but problems. Matter of fact, it ruined the computer. And they did guarantee everything, but it's still a pain. This one's a hard heatsink, but it's huge. It's literally like 6 inches tall. Next coin is for Paul. And he gets a 1mm20. Wow, this roll's just stacked with them. So I might just get the Ryzen 9 then. It's already in the cart. I did notice that with the Intel and the AMDs now, you have to get different memory. They don't use the same memory. There's some infrared stuff or something like that that is programmed to each chipset now. Yeah, I enjoy building stuff, but also I need to get one that's a little bit. I almost bought one at Sam's Club. They had an i9 for $1,700. That wasn't bad. And as a matter of fact, I probably should have. Yeah, I gotta fix that light between reveals. Oh, darn, I missed it. All right, the giveaway went to Paul Hampton. Wow, that's 2 in a row. Congratulations, Paul. He gets a copy of RPM 17. I will show you that right after I'm done with this. And then we need to look at this one, because this one looks like it might have something. Nope. It's a reflection. And here is what Paul gets. Turn it this way, and you can see a D over D south. There it is right there. So that, let me write a note, goes to Paul Hampton. Yep, he got 2 in a row. He won the 111's giveaway also. All right, back to the races. Coin number 40 goes to Mickey. Well, if my math is correct, after everything, I should be into this one for about 1,800. Plus, 2 days of labor. But I've built the last probably half dozen that I've had. Coin 41 goes to Jim Fletcher. I think the laptop that we got my wife was a refurb. And it was literally, I think we paid $250 for it. And it was normally like $700. Coin 42 goes to Farm Dog. I will be looking at these coins again. Matter of fact, I am probably going to do it tonight. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Next coin is for Deanne. Hey, High Plains Drifter, how are you doing today? I think it's almost time for a new office chair, too. Well, it's funny you say that, Sissy. I got a tablet from Sprint, a Samsung tablet, and maybe 15 years ago, and I still use it. Matter of fact, usually when Chuck's doing a reveal, I'll be watching on the TV and doing the rest of the stuff on the tablet. There's another 1mm20. We know that from the markers, and then you can see the split up here. And this is the marker that didn't show on the first one. Had all the other markers, but Couldn't get that one to show. Yeah, it's not a bad roll. It's actually pretty good so far. Yeah, just double checking. You're a computer guy, aren't you, Frostbite? What do you think about the AMD versus Intel? That is a little nick, I believe. I will look at that with the magnifying glass. Hey Tyler, how you doing? See, that's weird. I had always thought that, but the AMD's price point was so much better. But now they cost the same, and all the reviews I've read says that they're equal, and that Intel has just caught up to AMD. I never knew that AMD had passed Intel, but I got a friend that is in SAP or something like that, some sort of storage, mass storage, and he said that. He says, yeah, Intel just caught back up again. He says it wouldn't matter. Matter of fact, he's another one that said buy either one because they're both basically very comparable. Good deal, Tyler. Yeah, me neither. The last computer I built was about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a Gen 2 Ryzen. And it was literally the difference between an i5 or an i7 and this was over $500. And now the i9s, the new i9 13th generation is about $600, but the 12th generation, which is the one that everybody recommends, is only $400 and something. Even the I mean, you can't. I was going to build an i7 or a Ryzen 7, but the difference in price is literally only $100 because you still have to use the same hardware, and the RAM and all that is all the same. The i9 has a 13th gen. And you know what? Somebody else in this stream just said that they thought Intel was coming out with a brand new chipset totally. Coin 48 goes to Carl. Well, I'll probably just stick with the Ryzen because then I'll have to go pick everything else back out again. But I just figured I'd get other people's opinions and go from there. Intel used to be, you know, super stable. Now, is that the new processing hardware, Frostbite? That almost sounds scary. Next coin is for Parvis. All right, the final coin of the roll goes to Paul Hampton. And Paul gets a normal die pair. I can tell just by the scratches on it. Let's see how many of these we got in this roll. Eight copies of 63D 1mm20. Not bad at all. Almost 20% of the roll. So anyways, I will be back in about a half hour. Probably about 15 minutes. With this 55S roll. Right there. This should be interesting. It was wrapped years and years ago. It is Got tissue paper wrapped on the inside. Hey, Crispy, we're just getting ready to end this stream and start another one. That's it right there. We will see y'all in about 15 minutes. Thanks for joining. Bye.